He's going to be one to watch tonight as well. And, of course, your wingbacks, Mark Haight and Zahir Al-Abbasi. And here we go. All right, that's Kareem Darbaki, number 10. Kareem has been on this Twinstars team probably since its inception, it feels like.
Yeah.
But he's always one that tends to cause Minneapolis City trouble as well. He scored a goal in the last game, probably scored in every game we've played. Whitney trying to get cute. And this is what I was excited about for Abdallah, putting that pressure on, causing problems on that left side.
So traditionally, the Twinstars as an organization have always played a five-back system with 3 in the midfield and 2 up top. It looks as if that's something similar that they are going to be playing today. And that, from a matchup perspective for Minneapolis City's traditional 4-3-3, is something that we definitely need to keep an eye on because it creates matchup problems.
Ball crosses it over. Ooh, Will Kidd was right there, but a timely slide in from number 21, Davis Joels.
And it sets up our first corner kick of the match.
Looks like Mark Haight is going to be the Minneapolis City player taking this corner as Twinstars mark their men. City players get ready. John, usually Max Stegert's taking these corners. Mark Haight opts to this one. Jonah puts it up and into the box. A lot of rigmarole in the 6-yard, and that's all she wrote. Twinstars clears. Throw in for Minneapolis City. Zahir Al-Abbasi throwing in. So Jonah, and Minneapolis City is going to start this playing out of the back. Charlie Adams is pressured by number 11, Kareem. Maintain possession. John, one of the things that we've seen is number 6, Aiden O'Driscoll, starting his second straight game for Minneapolis City. Not been with the team for the, or not been in the starting lineup, or really even on the bench for the entire season. What are we looking for out of some, developing chemistry between him, Max Stewart, and Charlie Adams?
Well, Aiden O'Driscoll, a little bit of a player bio on him. Real quick here, there's a nice attack here by the Twinstars. Didn't want to interrupt that.
No.
But a nice head back by Mark Haight. Nothing dangerous there. But a little bit of a scouting report on Aiden O'Driscoll. He was a Division III All-American at Luther College, 4-year starter down in Decorah, Iowa. Is that Decorah, Iowa?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just one of those players he's just silky smooth. He's got a calmness about his play. Traditionally, he deploys as a number, number 8 or a number 6. But with City lately, he's been playing a number 10. So you kind of get that calm composure in front of the net. And it's something that you basically look at it, and there's 3 just traditional center midfielders that are sitting in there. But Aiden does like to get forward. Scored, a bucket of goals in his time at Luther. And, he has good chemistry already in the last 2 matches that he has featured with Charlie Adams, Kevin Hoof, whoever is in there, and Max Stewart.
Long ball forward to number 2, Osman. Blocked by Mark Haight. The Twinstars throw in. Osman looking for his man. Well marked by City. Twinstars back it up. Or that's Sadie. Playing out of the back to 21, Davis Joels. Crossed in. Dangerous play. Cleared well by Mark Haight.
Here's where you'd like to have City kind of amping up their line of pressure. But, we've talked about it on the podcast specifically, but also, in the run of play is that when you do press, it's an all or nothing. You don't want to have one guy go and expose your midfield. So if City can get the communication going, then look for them to increase their line of pressure.
Osman again into the box. Cross to number 13. Maybe number 9. Garga might have been offside, but I guess not. Charlie Adams gathers it up. Let's move forward. Oh.
Good interception.
Charlie is all over his man. Both times that I've seen him defending, he's quite the busy bee at defensive mid. He's comfortable moving laterally, comfortable tracking back off on the counter. Charlie's a good guy to have back there at defensive mid for Minneapolis City. Definitely versatile, considering his role last year and the year before. Foul.
Game's first foul.
Yep. Considering last year before, he was playing out right back.
Yeah, he was an all-league selection at right back. So it just speaks to how good of a soccer player Charlie is. That he, center midfield is traditionally his position of strength, but you can deploy him in there if you need that ball winner, and that's what he does. He disrupts everything.
Zahir dispossessed, runs right into number 11 Kareem. Here tries to gather back, shot, and just wide.
Or a goal kick. So you asked me earlier, what do I think they're saying in the huddle for the Twinstars?
Mm-hmm.
It was, let's press, because if what you've seen here is they're more than comfortable to keep the ball, but when Minneapolis City wins it, it's all out press.
Yep, swarming, 2 to 3 men every time someone is possessing for City. Matt Elder plays forward, hoping to find Aiden Dalla. There's that physical play again. Foul called on Max Stewart, number 7.
Good to see the refs on the spot.
I like it. That was one of the things last game against Twinstars that seemed to be an issue. They were not calling as much as they should, and probably trusting the Twinstars to signal when they've been fouled a little too much.
Very liberal way to put that.
Diplomatic. Back to Kareem Darbaki.
Here is where I was talking about that press happening. So it's got to happen quicker.
Yep.
Because it gives the opportunity for the midfielders to find those pockets of space for Twinstars, and it leaves your back line flat. Where if you look at it right now, there's 4 City defenders guarding 1 player.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need to see Max Stewart, Aiden O'Driscoll pushing up much faster. There's not a lot behind them that they have to worry about in those situations, so you want to make sure that they're right on the guys that are in their face. There's number 2, Osman again. He's been up and down that right wing, going to 11, Kareem. Looking to send it in.
And offsides. It was a good step by the 2 City center backs and Joven Garcia there to let Nayu drift off sides and just enough to get the call.
Yeah, something to be said about Jonah Garcia, John, product of that open trial process, and he's really paid off. That pick, rostering for Minneapolis City, whoever made that decision is looking pretty smart right now.
I would definitely say it was a collective decision. We talked about it last week on the pod that the decision to let's pick up another foul here. The decision to select Jonah versus the player that we were kind of pairing him against to fill that center back role is one that it was a lengthy process. Jonah was in with Minneapolis City in training far beyond that open tryout process, and it like I said, it did pay off. He's logged almost every minute of every game for City so far. Obviously, like we mentioned, scoring a goal.
Yep, scored our opening goal for the season, didn't he? Or was that Max Kent?
It was Max Kent, but he scored the game winner.
That's true. Going to play that long ball up to Abdallah. That's almost the exact same ball that Abdallah scored at last game at Twinstars. Mark Haight puts the cross in. Will Kidd gets a head on it. And just gathered by number 4, Sadie, in the box. Save
A great whipped in cross by Mark Haight.
Really nice. And this is what we're talking. Oh. Please. Goal kick, please. Referee asks for a reset. There we go.
getting word in my ear that Minneapolis City goalkeeper coach Derek Johnson is traveling this week, and he's listening to the stream while he's driving.
Oh,
so
well, great for him.
Yeah, so hopefully you're not looking at the screen, Derek, but safe travels, pal.
Yeah, hands on the wheel, man.
Good
Right.
pressure by Whitney
That's
Brown.
nice. That's exactly what we're talking about when you talk about a press, right, John?
Yep, absolutely. And now
Make it uncomfortable.
Another example of it would be to not let the Twinstars out of the back here.
So there we go. I see what you're saying. Twinstars are going to try to possess out of the back. Number 14, Mackey. Ba right on him.
See, that's what the press
Great
does.
interception, Charlie.
It creates that mismatch because of the specific formation that the Twinstars are running. It creates that mismatch when you are pressing them back, because the 5 in the back, they are, they're on the defensive heels instead of, being in the midfield. So it's an opportunity for our midfield to then step up and pick those numbers off, and you saw Charlie Adams do that.
Hoof up to Ba. Aiden O'Driscoll was covering for him out on the left. Forced out of bounds, and here we are. City starting again. Kevin Hoof switches the field to Zahir. Ooh.
Oh, unlucky.
Nice idea. That's the one thing I like about this City team this year, John, is a lot of really nice interplay on the wings. These guys seem really comfortable with each other, whether it's Will Kidd, Zahir Alabasi, whether it's Nick Hutton, Aaron Olson. Luke Hawkinson also plays a big part in that when he's in midfield. Not tonight, obviously. But it's very, very clear foul by Aiden O'Driscoll. On number 10, that's Kareem Darbaki.
Definitely going for the ball there. It just happened to be that Darbaki outfoxed him a little bit.
Yep.
But good pressure by Whitney Brown to drop back in and to apply, a little bit of pressure to Darbaki, enough to allow
Mackey,
him
slow on the ball.
Enough to allow him to feel the pressure that there was a man coming.
To their credit, Twinstars have been good when they lose possession to jump back and pressure themselves so far this game. 12 minutes in, scoreless here at Edor Nelson Field.
Home of the August.
Dave Wold press box. Oh, errant pass. To number 4, Sadie again out of the backfield.
Got a lot of the ball so far.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of, he's going to be that man that's going to help them reset their play. Long ball from Darbaki, way up to number 2. Osman slips a little, but he keeps it in. There's 11. Kareem puts it to the center.
Yeah.
Jonah clears.
Yeah, aforementioned Garcia.
Oh, Kareem tries to put a move on young number 6, who fouls him.
I like that by the referee. Like, they were fighting for it, but he allowed the play to go on.
Yep.
To see if it materialized.
Aiden did have a couple handfuls of kit, so well called. One thing that Kareem Darbaki does like to do with our young players, John, is try to assert his dominance over them early.
Yep.
He likes to get his ego into the game as much as he can.
He's a fantastic soccer player, Nate.
Yep, and it's always nice to know who you can intimidate.
Right, exactly. But Aiden's been around the block before. I don't know if he'll be falling for those tricks.
Not this time. There he goes. Oh, well played. We've got a 2-on-2 here. Aiden trying to find Whitney. So step ahead. Oh, Whitney decides to try to take that shot.
Deflection.
Deflected for a City corner.
You would have liked to see Whitney maybe slot that into O'Driscoll or Will Kidd that were coming on. Completely unmarked, by the way.
Yeah.
We talked about getting the offense going.
This is what we need.
We need to have shots on goal, so I'm okay with that. It allows us to have a corner kick, and these are dangerous.
Here's Max Stegert this time taking corners. Back in his duty. Ooh, off the head of Kevin Hoof. Wide left, but
Drawing shades of Maplebrook
yep,
right there.
Yep. Maybe next time he should not look at it. Maybe if he doesn't see it coming, it'll go in.
Let it hit him in the face.
Exactly.
Schramm Miller goes the long walk to hit the ball.
Take your time. Moving into the 15th minute here. Still scoreless in Minneapolis. Schramm Miller trying to find his man. This is interesting, John, because if he's looking for that long kick, he only really had 2 or 3 men downfield. Seems ill-advised. There we go. Twinstars on the attack. Will fighting with number 9, Garganayu.
To see Abdallah making that move a little bit quicker. Lots of space in between the center back and then the outside back there that he could have probably exploited if he would have seen that coming sooner.
Yeah, we've seen Abdallah pressure number 14 and making some bad decisions. He doesn't seem like the fastest player. Definitely a big guy. That Mackey. And it helps move the ball up. That's a nice ball played forward to Whitney Brown.
City's
He's got runners. Stigert switches the field. Does so again. Zahir, nice ball.
Great first touch by Alabasi.
Oh, great interplay between Max Stigert and Whitney Brown. Excellent save as well by Schramm Miller.
Yeah, I mean, that's about as good as a situation you can get out of that. A lot of Twinstars defenders back crowding up some spaces, but that just shows the benefit of the quick 1-2s and how that can break down, smaller areas of space. Short corner to Mark Haight, so he gets on target.
And that's going to be off Ba, a goal kick. John, what do you see what does the team see when they decide to go short corner versus traditional?
Well, you look at, obviously, the pocket of space. So if there's an opportunity for, an outside back or maybe even a winger to occupy something that can be put into a dangerous position, that's when you want to exploit it.
Sure.
But 9 times out of 10, you definitely want to see the ball going into where all the oak trees are.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. Both looking to distribute. Wide right to Zahir Alabasi. Got Will Kidd running down the side. Will has a step. Avoids that slide tackle. What can he do in the box? Pushed off the ball by number 4, Sadie.
Good defense by Sadie. Here's where that press comes into play again, Nate.
Yep. If Charlie can have won that back there, we've been looking good.
And he did. Unlucky.
It's all right. Should we mention tonight, John, that our ball kids from Orono, West Tonka, that's up in, I was going to say, it's up in your neck of the woods. You might see some of these kids one day.
Fairly close to the West Tonka area.
It's true. Number 15, that's Tallery. Sinna.
City doing a very good job of forcing the Twinstars backwards.
I was just about to note, Darbaki's playing a deeper role than usual. He likes to kind of roam as that free roaming number 10 up top, and it looks like he's playing defensive midfielder here.
Yeah,
sitting a little deeper back.
Not necessarily his position of strength, considering that he likes to play defense like he likes to catch a cold. So, and he does his, and I say that half joking, but he does all of his damage in the final third. So it seems as if they're conceding probably their best player to shade a back line, which you already have 5 guys back there.
Sure.
It seems maybe from a tactical perspective like something that might change as the game progresses.
Off of Osman for a throw. City to Haight.
Good run in.
Mark Haight going forward, and the flag is up. Driscoll is making a nice run.
I hate to criticize the officiating, Nate. However, it looked as if O'Driscoll was overlapping, and he ran through a pocket of space and past some Twinstars players on the way to get that. But it was a good off-the-ball offensive run, and that's something that City hasn't been doing a fantastic job at this far this season.
Yep. Stigler wins a bad pass. Tries to lace one into the upper left corner, but just too high.
So he weren't brought his shooting boots today.
He's
letting him fly.
2 goals in the last game against Dakota up in Fargo Moorhead, and he's hungry for more.
Needs to start taking him from 65 yards out.
That's for sure.
Good pressure by
go.
City.
Good pressure. Ba back. We're doing what he does best.
Uh-oh. Counter.
This is when Hoof has to get back. Jonah coming across very well.
From a Twinstars perspective there, that's probably the worst case scenario for you. You end up getting a nice lucky bounce, starts your counterattack, and then you have one player take it one-on-one, and lots of rushing red jerseys in there for him. But goal kick for City.
Absolutely.
That Elder to take said goal kick.
Oh, foul called. Must be number 20, Sinna.
The referee today is definitely calling that over the back quite often.
Yeah, I think I like that he's not letting Twinstars establish any overt physical level of play. Most of the things through the run of play he's allowing, but some of that stuff, that extra push and shove.
Good run in by Ba.
Again, number 4.
Sadie. Sadie's been playing great so far today. Looks like he's not the biggest center back out there, but good low center of gravity, and a good example of it right there, being able to body off Ba, who clearly did have a step on him.
Sure. That's more of the long ball that he's been hoping to play. Of course, in there to gather it up.
Here's where that press is going to be important.
That would have been nice. 2, Osman with the diagonal ball forward. Doesn't quite find number 11, Kareem or Garga. A lot of space for Mark Haight.
Brown in again.
Really trying to body, keeping possession. Nice. Some help. Ooh. Felt like Max with a quick start.
A little optimistic there.
Yeah, number 13, Lozano was ready for it, but I don't know
Feeling-
what he's yelling about. Must have been called for a foul.
Feeling it from distance.
Called for off him. Didn't like that call. Whoop.
Oh, that's definitely got to be a foul.
Oof. Sandwiched. Little kid between 13 and Lozano. I think that's 21. Davis Joels.
I think Alabasi gave him much to work
No.
with there.
Definitely set him up for that. Ooh.
Another opportunity for a counterattack. Good tracking back by Will Kidd.
Tell Will's a little.
Lamped up.
Yep. Osman, Naki, Garbaki again. Ball forward.
It's a great ball by Herbaki.
Yeah, just a step offside, I believe. Number. Or to O'Driscoll. Like that young man being involved in the attack. It's a street ball.
Great ball. Aaron pass by Alabasi.
Go doubling down on number 15, Tallery. Didn't quite get it from him. Kareem trying to do something with it.
So we talked about the 5-3-2 that the Twinstars deploy, and that was a good example of it. When they get the ball and they break lines into the midfield, it's absolutely the job of the wingbacks to be moving forward, to provide options for when it goes into the middle.
Sure.
When that doesn't happen is when you have these large pockets of space. Great ball by Charlie Adams. Looks like
Dalaba looks like he's beat his man. Can he maintain possession in the box here? No. Steger, highly optimistic once again, looking for these long shots.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on, because when those wingbacks don't get up, you essentially have 5 players occupying space that 3 or maybe even 2 can occupy.
Sure.
And that's definitely an advantage for Minneapolis City.
And as we've mentioned, he did score that 65-yarder on Wednesday off of the reset after the Isaac Keeson goal. That was his 2nd on the night, 3rd on the season from that midfield role. If he keeps threatening from deep, he's going to have to make those center backs step up and do something. And that could spring some guys on the wing. Zano working to Kareem, shot blocked. Whew.
I'd like to see Mark K get a little bigger there and win that tackle.
Yep. Dalaba tracking all the way back to help. That's what we like to see out of him. Dalaba very versatile
Yeah, absolutely.
in that left wing role because he can track back,
Swiss Army knife.
do a little defending. Here's Whitney. He's onside.
Nobody's in the box for him. Will Kitt's trying to get in there, but this is going to have to be an individual effort by Whitney Brown.
Ooh, he tries to go near post, just misses left.
But in that sequence of play, that's what you get out of Aiden O'Driscoll, like we were talking about earlier. Not necessarily your traditional number 10, but his passing vision is about as good as it gets.
Yep. And they're going to call that off of the fingertips of Schramm Miller for a City corner.
Another short corner.
Plays short. They're giving us the space. Stigwart puts it in. Off the head of Davis Joels. Reset for one more City corner.
26 minutes in,
that side.
Scoreline 0-0. What are you seeing, Nate?
It feels like City's having the chances. You know, nothing too threatening so far from Twinstars. City can put together 1 or 2 more passes moving forward. Get that run that springs the right guy. I feel like we could break away here. Can't.
Not sure what that was.
Yeah.
But we've gone short now 4 times.
Yeah. I'm not sure what we're seeing down there.
And Kevin Hoof has shown that he can get his head on the ball, and so has Jonah Garcia. It's only a matter of time until the ball has to get sprung in there.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit of a little challenge here and there on number 14. Maybe they're a little worried. He is a tall gentleman, as is Kareem Darbaki. Is that really the reason to avoid putting it in the box? Who knows?
I don't think so. I think it's just like I mentioned when you asked your question about what players see there. Max Stigwart is just finding all day to be able to receive that pass. You'd like to see him do a little bit more with it, but eventually we're going to have to throw some balls in there.
Yeah, Mackey, long ball to Lozano. That's good effort from Stigwart. Something we need to see, some intensity out of him. Not always the fastest player, but definitely great on the ball.
Oh, freeway ball.
That,
oh.
oof.
Love it.
Simply a street ball.
Balls aren't cheap, folks.
Would be a throw-in for Minneapolis City.
Here's where you miss player to watch, Nick Hutton.
Yep.
He's got that 5-mile throw that he's got, and he can use it as a corner kick kind of like opportunity.
Yeah, you know, John, there was the time this last year or two when the long throw-in was in vogue.
Yeah.
And Nick Hutton was our version of the long throw-in.
Rode a country mile.
Driscoll got stepped on. Ball played forward to Garga.
Good off-the-ball movement by Garga.
Not bad. Others able to scoop it up just in time. Excellent timing.
Shows how one errant 5-yard pass and an interception just causes fits.
Kidd back to Jonah, trying to move forward. Ball forward to Whitney. They call that offside? Interesting.
Call it foul.
Oh, foul. All right.
There was some body there. The ref's been calling that consistently all game, so I'm in.
It's true. 50-50 balls. He doesn't like a lot of physicality.
Great ball by Darbaki.
Maybe that's what they're looking for out of him, John. Some accurate distribution. They need somebody that can put that ball on the dime to their forwards, run streaking past. Mackey gets ahead on it. Darbaki gathers it up. There's number 4, Sadie again.
But, having him deployed where he's at, he's in an absolute ineffective position right now.
Not his strength.
And you can see him picking out these passes. So it definitely has to be thought of as a tactical change by his father, head coach Yusef Darbaki, in the second half.
Yep. Yeah, again, you can see another run. Garga trying to find that long ball. Let's start counting how many times we see that. They try to split Jonah Garcia and Kevin Hoof there.
Great
That's a ball
ball
through to Will Kidd.
I don't think he can get there.
Oh.
That is definitely going to go onto the freeway. Nope.
Nope, scoreboard.
Depth perception up here.
It's tough. We're in the twilight hour now, John.
But what I'm seeing out of City is great off-the-ball movement up top. And it's something that we've lacked. And I think it's important to note that it is happening.
Great ball from Aiden. Will's got to make that run. So here with the shot.
Oh.
Ooh, almost.
Shram Miller with a little heart attack
Almost
play there.
biffed. Miller takes a break to talk to himself.
Collect his thoughts. Deep breath.
John, Shram Miller is not the keeper that we faced last time out when we went up to Maple Grove. He looks
Taller.
bitter.
This is where the pressure has to start that we were talking about.
Yep, that's Max's ball to step to. Will Kidd takes care of it instead. Ball's over. Oh,
That's what the pressure does, Nate.
there you go.
We're getting the handball call here.
Should mention, John, Will Kidd, all conference, all region, all American, academic, all conference, Tommy MVP, all the honors in his last season in St. Thomas, entering his 4th year with Minneapolis City.
Oh, good move by Darbaki.
This is what you're worried about with Kareem Darbaki. If he was able to do that from a more advanced position, it
Yeah,
could have gotten dangerous, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead, he finds Osman, the wing back. Oof. Oh, clearance did not quite work out. Arcade. Find that outlet.
Oh, boy.
Stigler with the errant pass.
Good
Ball comes
opportunity
up.
by Garga Nayu up top there. But, I mean, I thought Osman got a little lucky to slot that ball in, but definitely wasn't doing himself any favors. He had the opportunity to make a pass earlier on, and he held on to it and kind of dribbled himself into no man's land, but was able to slot that through. Not quite sure if that was an Elder save or if that was...
You know, it looked like it was kind of bounced around off the feet of Garcia, a number of other players. Yeah, Bob pushing the back. Stiggy with the quick start, trying to find Will Kidd.
Want to win that second ball.
Lozano coming up behind, pushing Kidd off the ball. Will Kidd's going to get called for that foul.
Kind of an unnecessary foul there. You already have the defender in a pin back in a deep position. You know, he's going nowhere forward.
Yeah, I mean his momentum is taking him to the back line anyway.
Yeah.
You can kind of let him run, try to gather it up when he tries to turn. Oh well. Oh well. Number 4, Sadie again. Pretty much the man out of the backfield when it comes to distribution. To Davis Joels.
And by Garcia. Here's that 5-back system again, failing the Twinstars. There's no one in the middle to be able to jump on the ball. They were able to quickly collect themselves and put City under pressure here, but
Aiden's got to see.
got to release that ball
Yeah,
sooner.
got to see Haight all alone out here on the left side.
And then you have your danger man then gets the ball.
Ooh. Good awareness by Will Kidd there.
Good step by Garcia.
A couple of unlucky bounces. Finally cleared by the City back line.
I don't know how that happened. How did that go backwards?
Cleared forward by Jonah, bounced right off the knee of, must have been,
Alabasi.
yeah. There's Charlie pressing.
Good step by Adam.
All right, no foul, no call. Decent, but Whitney gobbled up by 3 Twin Stars defenders, Darbaki, Davis, Joels, and Sadie.
Wasn't a ton of activity though for City there. I mean, ball's in an advanced position, not a lot of sense of urgency to go join him.
Yeah, he had maybe Will helping out.
Where City throwing?
35th minute, John. 36th minute. Only 10 left in the half. Still scoreless. Looking for a little more action in front of net from Minneapolis City. We've had a couple close calls to the right and to the left of the upended. Kevin Hoof upended him. He is on the turf.
I think he's all right. I am getting in my ear. 0-0 down in Rochester.
Oh, all right. So as it stands, top of the table stays the same so far. All teams earning a single point currently. Right now, Duluth sits number 1 with, I believe, was it 19 points? We're right behind with 18, and Med City with 17. Should anything change, we will keep you abreast of the situation.
Great ball,
Long ball to
Mark
Will. Puts it into Aiden, but it's back to Mark Haight. Interesting move. That's the way to keep that pressure up.
Smart play by Baki.
Yep.
So now, Nate, you think about it, last 10 or so minutes of the first half, this is where I think City has to be absolutely dialed in. Because you don't want to go down at home 1-0 at the half. You want to maybe try to catch them napping, maybe go into the locker room with that advantage.
Yep. Yeah, nothing gets your momentum up going into the second half than a late first half goal, right?
Absolutely.
But also nothing could be a bigger kick in the butt for a team going to the locker room, get them motivated as well than a goal scored against. So. John, earlier in warm-ups, you looked down at that Twin Stars roster, looked down at the guys doing the drills. You commented that you're not too familiar with a lot of these new guys on their bench. Hard to say what we're going to see out of the Twin Stars in the second half. But you got to assume that it's more attack.
You'd think so. Maybe necessarily, going kind of that feeling out process of the first half, trying to see what City's going to deploy and how they can make adjustments. But we have the opportunity to do the same thing.
Yep. Throw in Minneapolis City. Mark Haight to Abdallah Ba. Ooh. Intercepted by Sinna. Tallery plays over to Lozano.
It's not what you want out of Alabasi there.
Nope.
The opportunity to kill the ball out, keep possession, but try to do a little bit of individual play there and end up turning over in a pretty dangerous position.
Garga fighting for it through 2-3 City defenders. Finally, Mark Haight, the slide tackle, called for the foul. Referee will have a word.
He does not like that. I believe I side with him. I thought it was all ball, but he did leave his feet, and you don't want to leave your feet. That happens.
Ref calling for some civility here. Mark Haight not interested in anything.
Yeah.
On that matter.
Captain Steve Ward getting his.
Tends to be the job of the captain, right, John, is to occupy the referee until an offended player can calm down and have a chat, plead the case.
Still lots of chatter going on here. But like we talked about, you got to be locked in because now a dangerous free kick position for Twin Stars in the dying minutes of the half.
Yep. Looks like Tallery standing over the ball. Garga.
I know Darbaki has got the height in there, but you'd have to think that you want him on this ball.
Looks like they've got Darbaki and essentially Mackey going to go back post here.
So City has to definitely be aware of the second ball if they do win the header. And
Well, that's Elder calmly collecting a ball that misses all Twin Stars players by a number of feet. 5 minutes to go in this first half.
no off the ball movement for Alabasi.
Nothing for him. No options. Charlie. Nice outlet. Back to Jonah.
Both with acres of space here. Nothing moving on the back post or on the weak side again for City.
Yeah, so that's where you love a diagonal ball, John. That's where you're
Love
hoping.
it.
That's where you're hoping for Will Kidd to just start his run and someone to see that. What we don't want to see is City to get into this game of midfield shenanigans here, where it's basically each team pushing each other around, trying to gather the ball up in that right on that 50-yard line here of Edor Nelson.
Referee playing advantage there for a little bit, but then taking it
second.
back, which was interesting.
Yep, Sinna with some tomfoolery, trying to get in front of that foul, trying to get in front of that restart. You hear with the move off Lozano for the throw-in here. Ba hoping to hold it up. Aiden O'Driscoll loses possession.
Bad spot to lose the ball.
Dakota on the counter here. Zahir Alabasi tracking back as fast as possible. Luckily gets a little help from number 11, Kareem, who stumbles. Ooh, Kevin Hoof with a bad giveaway. Matt Elder with a save. Oh,
And a goal kick.
that was
Close.
really close. Matt Elder in the right place at the right time. I thought that run by Matt forward was timed a little late. He was able to get himself big. Luckily, that ball went right into his hands.
But again, get dialed in. It's the 42nd minute in the first half. You don't need to have those dangerous opportunities.
Something that plagues Minneapolis City a number of times over the course of the season, right, John, is these lazy passes from deep midfield out of the back line. We saw one even at Dakota late in the game that almost cost a goal. It's just something you can't do. Any team will take advantage of those. Not to mention a decent team like these Twin Stars. Again, Aiden O'Driscoll, nifty bit of
He's getting hammered.
ball
by this
movement, but that's what I'm saying. We cannot get into this. Minneapolis City cannot get into this this war of midfielders where it's all about physicality, especially when those long balls are open.
Good recognition by Charlie Adams to see the pocket of space there.
Mm. 44th minute here, John. I can't imagine there's a ton of extra time in this half.
Maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Not a lot of dead balls. Not a lot of injury time.
Now the press has to start.
Abdallah was on it. He was the only one there.
Can't get lazy here in the back post.
Yep. John, wondering, Whitney Brown, number 10. Interesting spot on the field for a little bit there. Now he's gathering the ball, right place at the right time. Way to go, Whitney. Need some help. Finds Kevin Hoof. Gives it right back to Sinna, number 20.
Lots of numbers forward.
Driving forward. And it's a field goal.
Once
Number
again,
15, Tallery.
City looks totally switched off right now.
Yeah, a lot of lazy passing. Surprised at the press at this point, 45th minute. I don't know how you can be. You know that when you gather the ball, there's going to be a Twin Stars player at your back. You need to know where you're going with it, or if you have space.
With a minute left, you have to just sit back and just weather it. Don't do anything stupid.
Interesting bounce. Little kid positions his body well. Here's able to play Charlie. Charlie Adams, number 25. Switch to Abdallah. We got Edor Driscoll making a run just behind him. This is the second straight start for Edor Driscoll in the City midfield. He is someone that this team is going to have to lean heavily on, right, John? Forward here in these important last few games, given the injuries that we've accrued.
I think so. It's good to see him getting those minutes so that you can get used to the run of play in the NPSL North. Logging a lot of minutes so that he's getting familiar with his teammates.
We're in a stoppage time here in Minneapolis.
0-0.
45th plus minute, still 0-0.
Another situation where completely turned off.
Unnecessary pass over the head of Mark Haight. Twinstars will gather for the throw-in.
You have to think it's
Number 2, Osman.
We're on borrowed time here, you have to think.
Deflection. Dalaba trying to gather up, but that's going to go out. 14, Mackey looking for an open Twinstars player. Taking his time. They're just going to try to get to the locker room here. Green with his head up. And there we go.
Zeros. Take a quick break.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with you folks.
In for Minneapolis City.
All right, and we're set to begin the second half here at Edor Nelson Field. Minneapolis City versus the Maplebrook Twinstars. Still scoreless here at halftime. The onset of the second 45 minutes. We've got a number of subs to call out. But right out of the gate, Will Kidd makes a dangerous forward run. Oof. Loses possession there. Questionable call. We've got Kevin Hoof moving forward for Charlie Adams as Aaron Olson slots in at center back, which is an interesting sub, but not a position he's unfamiliar with, John.
Yeah, he's played it before. Actually, honestly, prefers it over playing out wide, but all the great things he does out wide. So yeah, he looks into if we're gonna bring on Hoof from this back line into the center midfield where if you go back shades of a few weeks ago, it worked out for Hoof.
Yeah, he was quite successful in that role, able to gather that ball, able to use his size, his physicality, because as I mentioned, this could quickly become a physical game, especially in the midfield.
So the Twinstars made a substitution. Looks like Mackey was taken out and replaced by number 3, Emmanuel Brown.
Oh. City fans might recognize Emmanuel Brown. He played with the team in its inaugural year when we were in Southfield, right?
South Minneapolis.
South Minneapolis, yep. Whoop. Kevin Hoof bodied off the ball by number 15, Tallery. 11, Kareem.
Good step by Olson.
Garbaki gathers, fakes the shot, puts it out wide.
Another substitution. Let's number 12, Hutu, is on for number 15, Tallery.
No, Tallery's out there. That looks like Kapow 2 might be on for
Osman.
Yeah, Osman.
It looks like number 12, Kapow Hatu in for number 2, Osman.
Kapow's another player from this Twinstars team that's been with them for quite some time. He scored a couple goals in his career, but hasn't really done too much against Minneapolis City. Dalaba trying to work on that left side. Dispossessed. Darbaki gathers. Also dispossessed in turn.
Oh, right here.
Here comes Whitney. That's when you got to go forward with that to Will Kidd.
Unlucky.
Ball was behind him.
Good individual play there by Darbaki.
Fakes on the ball. Sykes Stigert out. Decides not to play it. Ball goes through. That was nice. That's 11. That's Kareem trying to make that run. Brings down Alabasi in the box. Get a little handsy down there.
So essentially what you conceded for the Twin Stars in bringing off Osman and bringing on Hutu is you conceded your defensive-minded outside wingback.
Yeah.
And now you have an attacking option. So equal parts, look for him to cause fits for City moving forward, but look at whether or not he's going to be tracking back to receive the ball.
Sure. Ooh. We've got a Twin Star down. That is number 13. It's Lozano.
He might have taken an errant elbow or perhaps backed into a head, another head.
Sure. Here comes the call for the trainer.
No David Bloomquist today.
No.
No, City's full-time trainer David Bloomquist ran the Grandma's half marathon today.
Oh, so that's it for him.
Duluth. Yep. So.
Oh, he's in Duluth. Okay.
Yeah, so he's in Duluth. Yeah. So we'll get an injury report on him likely after.
Yep. We'll see him back here, July 12th. Full body cast. Trainer giving Lozano grief. She ran all the way over here for nothing. He's got to come off the field, though, since it was a head injury, and they did bring the trainer on. She's going to check him out.
So to go back to Kapau Hutu, he actually was deployed for VSLT last year.
That's true. Another NPSL North veteran.
City so kindly plays the ball back into Twin Stars.
My fault. I recognized that name. I thought he would have played for the Twin Stars all this time. There's Garga making that dangerous run, and that's why you bring in Aaron Olson, right?
Not only does he have the toughness to play center back, he also has the speed.
Ooh.
Manuel Brown.
Deflected off E-Man.
Wild into that challenge.
Will Kidd not happy with the lack of discipline as E-Man flies through and looks to be on the warning track.
I mean, that was dangerous.
Hard to see what's going on down there. There's a banner in the way.
Yep.
Not sure what Darbaki could be saying to this ref, as it's his player that went in wildly and seems to be having a hard time getting up.
Good defense by Will Kidd.
There's Whitney. He's got to find that ball fast. Aiden switching the field. Options forward for Minneapolis City.
See if we can get some numbers in the box here.
Ba on the wing, looking to put the cross in. Goes low, and it's cleared. Aaron Olson tries to maintain possession. Kevin Hoof battling.
I don't think he knew that guy was there.
Aaron didn't. You don't think Olson saw his...
No, I don't think Hoof saw the guy there.
Oh, right. Number 3, Emmanuel Brown. There's Kareem.
Good
Runs
tackle.
right in to Mark Haight. His feet were firmly planted. Aiden O'Driscoll making a run. Abdallah's got to find him.
You got to pass that ball.
Instead tripped up, trying to make that dribble.
A little bit too easy by the Twin Stars there.
Yep. Tallery trying to make up for his mistake. Dispossesses
pass.
Whitney. Again, for my money, Whitney playing a little too deep. Aiden Driscoll getting stuck in that forward position, so Whitney has to come back to cover.
Quick throw in by the Twin Stars.
Cleared by Aaron Olson. Well-headed clear. Emmanuel Brown maintains possession here to Lozano. Zahir saw that coming the whole time.
Emmanuel Brown's always got that sprint button held down. The controller gets stuck. Know him well from his days with Minneapolis City. Always full of energy. We'll put it that way.
Darbaki puts the ball into the box. Again, Aaron Olson meets it with the head. Stigwart to Ba, back to Stigwart. A lot of Twin Stars players pressing that back line. There's got to be something
bad.
forward.
Bad.
Luckily, Kareem, number 11,
Those
decides
are-
to take that deep shot.
Those are one
Wide
of those
left.
situations, Nate, where you kick it into the parking lot. Like, there's no need for Aaron Olson to try to force in a pass into the midfield there.
Sure.
Specifically because the Twinstars had pushed their 5-back line up, and we were even numbers. So give your guys a chance to try to track that down.
Yeah, let someone chase it.
Good flick by
Hoof.
Hoof.
Nice flick on.
Good
Abdallah
ball.
Ba seems to be onside. Nope, flag is up.
It was a tight one.
Yeah, that was close. That's the kind of runs we need, though, right, John?
Right, and the thing is...
Quick, right? Kevin Hoof, flick on, gathered up, immediately pass forward.
And not just making the run, executing the pass. Like, Will Kidd was under duress there, so I don't put that on him at all.
No.
But absolutely identifying it and making that pass. And he did. And, you would like to see maybe Abdallah a half step closer. Good step.
Good step by, Zahir. Whitney's going to gather, but he's going to need some help. Off on Minneapolis City for a Twinstars throw-in.
And now we have a Twinstars player down.
On the field looks to be, could be number 11. That's Kareem, Twinstars.
See if we had another sub
Kiru Kareem.
in the back line. It's like Tallery was out and
No, we already called that Brown came on for
another new
Maynard.
There's
Here
another
for-
new player on the far side for the
We'll have
Twinstars.
to check our roster here. I see what you're saying. Darbaki trying to move that ball forward up to Lozano. Lozano's getting a little more active this half in a forward space than he was last half. Looking to put that ball in the box. Zahir
It's
on
good
top of
defense
him.
by Zahir. Just make them go backwards. That's perfectly fine. If you dive in there and you swipe and you miss, then it's a shot on target.
Yep.
It's got to be a win there.
Yep. Aiden had to step to that. All right.
Catch a number here.
We got number 5 with John on the field right now. It's Tim Maynard.
Who did he go in for, Nate?
Looks like he went in for number 14. That's Ryan Mackey off. Number
Okay.
5, Tim Maynard.
Ready? Let's see here. Maynard. Who knows?
Ba. There we go. Whitney's on the
Whitney
run.
Brown's in.
Sadie
Oh,
able
unlucky.
again.
Unlucky. Yeah, I mean, he's been the best player on the field, I think, for Twinstars.
I agree. He's done a lot of good bodying. This is where Dabaki gets dangerous. Dribbling far upfield. Finding the ball. Again, one of the things that Twinstars would be... Ooh! Almost played on. Nobody there. Off the heel flick, and Matt Elder is able to gather it up. As I was saying, Darbaki would be a little more dangerous making that run and dribbling the team. He's a little farther upfield from the start. Aiden O'Driscoll makes a nice move inside. Goes down.
Oh, that's definitely a foul.
Yep, that's been a foul all game, so no surprise there.
On number 11, Kareem. Not sure what he's complaining about. Like you said, it's been a foul all game. So I get it. You're frustrated, but, that's a no-doubter for me.
Yeah.
The physicality is being ratcheted up here, Nate.
Which you knew would happen.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh. It's going to be Twinstars ball. Lozano with the long throw to midfield for number 11, Kareem. He's going to make that diagonal run. Puts it off to Hatu. Ball into Garga. Well blocked by Jonah and well cleared by Zahir Alabasi.
See if Whitney can cause some havoc up here alone.
Yeah, Whitney needs to not fall over.
It's okay. It's okay.
Still
This is
on
where
him,
the
though.
press
This
needs-
is, and now Will Kidd has to add into that press.
It's okay. It caused them to go backwards.
All the way back to Schramm Miller. It's to Maynard.
It's like Eli Goldman.
Twinstars start again.
It's like Eli Goldman is warming up on the City bench.
Stewart looking for an outlet, finds Will Kidd. Twinstars pressing, hoping to win possession. Midfield from Kevin Hoof. He does well. Call that a foul on the spot.
I like the advantage play, but from a referee's standpoint, it's way too long. Like you need to call that immediately and not have the play meticulate to 3-4 passes.
Yep. Arcade cutting in. Jalaba potentially offside, didn't go for that ball.
Maybe take a flyer there, Mark.
Why not? 2 goals scored on the season, both against Lacrosse Eris. One from the penalty spot, which is an interesting choice. Arcade might as well keep the tally going. Deflected off Twinstars, out for a City throw.
Got a substitute coming in for the Twinstars. Let's see if we can actually catch it this time. So it looks like
Kareem, number 11, is off.
and some other guy hasn't turned around yet.
Replaced by number 17, Goldzarian. Excellent name.
Yeah. Especially for a forward, right?
Mm-hmm. Gozer the Goldzarian. It's Ghostbusters reference. Happy 35th birthday, Ghostbusters. Right, see here.
Substitution for Minnesota
Excellent.
Twinstars FC. Sadra
Well, Ayo's got to come back. Goldzarian tracking back. All the way to Elder.
It's got to be a better ball.
Gives it away. Or throw in.
So far, been a pretty energetic first half here, Nate.
Second half?
Yeah,
First half of the second half?
15 minutes in.
Yep. 61 minutes. Still scoreless here in Minneapolis. We'll give you an update on that Duluth Med City score shortly.
Unlucky there for Lozano.
Lozano.
I'll take a look, Nate. I got the Twitter open.
Excellent.
0-0.
Still no goals tonight across Minnesota. Could be worse. Edor Driscoll tries to fight off. Pushed over by Emmanuel Brown.
Call him Turbo. Oh, he's got the turbo button down.
Turbo button. Stewart never one to wait on the reset.
Good ball.
And we've got a long ball to Abdallah Ba in the corner.
Got to do better.
Schramm Miller will get it going for Twinstars. Awesome to see Aaron Olson on the field, John. Interesting that he's at center back. It's too bad when he's on the wing. He's got quite the history of this team.
Yeah. Got bit last year.
Yeah, he's the receiving end of that infamous bite in the City victory away at Prairie Seeds Academy last year in the infamous thunderstorm evening. The thunderstorm that never happened. But he's got a very good working relationship with a number of Minneapolis City wingers. So
Oh, the thunderstorm happened, Nate. It was the lightning strikes.
the lightning strikes nearby that did not happen. That's true. That's true. Twinstars working it in the corner. 3 City players
That's
nearby, and
unfortunate.
probably unnecessary foul by Kevin Hoof there, but that's all right. Basically a corner kick here.
Looks like we're going to get a substitution.
Able to
Eli
Twin
Goldman
Stars.
will be entering. We'll just find out who he'll be entering for.
So what we're looking at here, John, is going to be the NPSL debut of Eli Goldman.
Yes. Featured in a friendly.
Yep.
Now it means
Now
something.
official. Emmanuel Brown standing over the free kick.
Dangerous ball
He's
in.
going to put it in.
Darbacchio pretty much on a free header there. I think Hoof got crossed up and wasn't able to go up and challenge that.
Off Twinstars player. Out of bounds.
Interesting, subs not being brought in.
Coach Pribble's going to have to look to City players for his last sub, someone that's going to be able to hold possession, John.
I think that, and also, you kind of want to do chase the goal, but at what cost?
Sure.
Considering that we're, up in the booth here, we're seeing that the, real quickly, Eli Goldman going in for Abdallah Ba out on the wing. We know in the booth it's 0-0 in Rochester.
Sure. You want to make sure we're at least keeping up with that situation.
Right.
A loss here would mean we would be on even terms with Med City, still in second place, but sharing points. Not the ideal situation.
Yeah, but wouldn't be disastrous, right?
True.
Good
Eli
run.
Goldman. Zahir. Turf Monster got him.
Monster definitely got him. Sniper from the roof.
Driscoll doing a lot of chasing of the ball. His number 10 position.
Eli Goldman getting his first touch unsuccessfully.
Eli Goldman substitutes in for
Stigwart and Kidd working number 15
Good to
to
see.
no avail.
Good to see Will Kidd
But
still
there he
having
goes.
the engine going.
Back at it. Well, Kidd, if he has anything, it's an engine.
Yep.
Oh, down he goes. Lozano.
Oh, unlucky. Might have been a handball.
Lozano seems to be in a great amount of pain, grasping for his left hamstring.
Man, talk about the day for Bloomquist to miss, right?
Tons of action from the trainer.
I mean, he was, running a half marathon, but still, he would have gotten his exercise in
Sure,
coming on today.
sure, basically. First, I thought when Lozano went down, it looked a little gratuitous off of a Will Kidd challenge, but it seems as if he may have.
Well, here's the thing. The guy's been down for like a minute and a half now. You have to call the training staff on, right? Just to,
You'd hope.
why have the Twinstars being the
Oh, but now here we go.
having
Maybe
the-
he's cramping.
I mean, even if he's cramping, why have the players from the opposing team, from a referee standpoint, being the ones who are addressing a player who's injured when you have a professional medical staff, right? Like,
If only.
yeah, a little interesting there. But hey,
Back up. Well, writhing in pain, completed. Lozano able to pull himself up off the turf and walk off whatever ails him.
it's like Norville and Noah Sen getting up on the city bench.
Noah Sen, another U23 product, also featured extensively in the friendly against Des Moines Wanderers.
Good pressure by Stigward. Yes, absolutely. Featured in that match. I thought did well.
Seemed to have
Played
earned
about
himself a call-up.
Yep, 65 minutes. Gets the full-time call-up. Nice little test. And he passed.
Then starts going for the long throw-in forward to Garga.
That throw-in got hoofed. And all of a sudden,
All of a sudden, here comes Tallery. Got tied up there in the midfield, potential handball, but Minneapolis City's able to gather it up.
Eli Goldman is absolutely wide open.
Nice outside the
Here comes
foot flick on,
the
but
press that has to happen again.
yep, keep going, right? What's Whitney Brown doing dropping back with Kevin Hoof?
Right.
Long ball trying to catch Tallery moving forward. Aaron Olson is there. Gets ahead on it,
Good
as he
first touch.
has this entire half very well. There's
Eli
Eli
Goldman
Goldman,
is on.
definitely on. Oof.
What was that?
Goalkeeper. Stram Miller looking for some sort of a fence there as Goldman played at the high kick. Didn't quite get his feet up.
I'll give Eli two things. One, I don't know what that was. But two, fantastic job tracking back like 45 yards to at least cause a foul in a non-dangerous position, but to win us the the opportunity to stop the counterattack. But that, whatever high karate-like kick that he played was quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, Whitney loses the ball up top. You got to think if you're Schramm Miller, you got an eye on the ball, you got an eye on the onrushing player, right?
Right.
And if the more that Eli Goldman can do to sell that he's about to get that ball.
There is a massive attack if City can get the ball. Great pan, too.
Massive attack. All right.
Another Twin
To
Stars
each
player
his
down.
own.
Now is when the referee has to go into discretion mode.
Little game management here.
Yes. I'm all for 100% when a player is injured, stopping play. However, the player who's down right now was not involved in the play
Nope.
and is continuing to eat up clock.
Here he goes, though. Called the trainer on immediately.
And I think that's what Coach Pribble is saying right now, is that at some point in the action here, Minneapolis City is not going to be forced to give the ball back to the Twin Stars when people who are not even involved in play are going down.
Yeah.
But if he's injured, I don't know. Not a medical professional.
He may be,
seeing
he
it
may
from
not.
afar here. But looks as if they're going to the sub signal here. So he looks injured. So I take back a third of my statement. But
The
still,
sentiment is still there.
Yeah.
Hard to argue. Hard to say that the Twin Stars are not known for their gamesmanship in the past, as we've seen a number of times, whether it's through their physicality.
So that was first half sub Maynard, second half sub Maynard.
Maynard came on, yeah. Now he's off.
Now he's off. So get a number here for you folks in a second.
Replaced by,
Number
what is it, 16?
Be
It's gonna-
Abdul Rahman. Dangerous ball.
Yeah, that kind of floating ball you don't want to send backwards too often. There's
Good run in by
Stiggy.
Steve Ward.
making that run, but just can't get on the other end of it.
I'll tell you this, Nate. My player of the game right now on both sides of the field is Sydney, number 4 for the Twin Stars.
Yes.
Been fantastic at the back. Surprised we haven't seen him before, but yeah, fantastic.
Garga maintains. Jonah.
It's like offsides.
Yep. Offside call.
City's smart here. Play it quick. Yep.
There we go. Right
And then it's
into
just
a triple team.
Yep.
You can play it too quickly, right, John? Excellent slide tackle by Aiden, reasserting himself against Kareem Darbaki. Will Kidd still engine running.
Always.
Ref does a great job. Nimble.
That probably.
Number 13, Lozano cutting in.
I'd have to say, Nate, that's probably the only danger I've seen out of Twin Stars today.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a couple things down here, but that was a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and I believe the first for the Twin Stars. So you look for City to rein it back in, get their act together, and get back to playing.
Whew. There's Zuhair making that far run. Twin Stars getting in the way. No quick reset there, but he's still onside, gathering.
And
It's
we
going
got
to be
a
a corner,
kick.
Minneapolis City.
Don't go short. Please. If you guys can hear, should I pound on the window?
Yes.
Don't go short.
Especially now that number 14, Ryan Mackey, is off the field. A lot of the height that Twin Stars had is no longer. You got to be able to get up above them.
Got to get the ball past the first line. It's absolute mandatory when taking a corner kick at this level.
Garga making that run. Matt Elder meets it.
Interesting way to collect the ball there by Sadie. But hey, it worked. A little disorganization by the Crows right now, but looking for them to kind of fall back into shape. Oh boy.
Oh. Zuhair is there to take out the trash a little bit.
He's got to do a better job there holding up that play. Maybe a little tired.
Potentially. Zano.
Zano maybe had an
Trying to
errant
track
hand
that ball.
that hit Alabasi in the head.
Jonah meets his cross. Stewart gathers. Out wide to Will Kidd. Will Kidd's got
Unlucky.
Aiden O'Driscoll. Bad pass. Eli Goldman needs to be onside here. Aiden O'Driscoll fouled.
That's got to be a card, right? Clear goal scoring opportunity. So the new substitute on, which would be Abdul Rahman.
Abdul Rahman earning a yellow card in the 74th minute.
I don't know why they're complaining.
Oh, quick reset. No, the referee is not having it.
And he and Stigward are exchanging pleasantries there.
Points for trying.
You miss 100% of the passes you don't make, Nate.
Yes, whatever that means. Absolutely.
Miles Norville is up on the city bench, but also looks like Noah Sen is coming in.
Yeah, I was going to say, seems to me Miles Norville after the entire season basically on the training table, he might be on the 18 just to get him some warm-up time, get him some time moving around with the team.
But also maybe like needing to get a result, adding in just another big body
Sure.
to help kill out a game.
Sure, I think Noah can. Oop, Mark Haight, Max Stigward with the free kick instead.
So all of that turning into a goal kick.
Hey,
It looks
some
as if
theatrics. So this is
we've,
Noah Sen coming in for Kevin Hoof.
we've gotten an update from Rochester.
Uh-oh.
The Chester.
Ba-da-na-na.
1-0 Med City.
Med City up on Duluth FC. 1-0. Like we mentioned, John, this is the game that Med City needed to win. A victory for Med City and a draw here puts Med City atop the table, 1 point ahead of both Duluth and ourselves.
What does that do for us on the draw?
Well, Duluth would lose that point. We would gain the point on the draw, so we'd be in third place because we lost that tiebreaker to Duluth, right?
Right.
So still remains tight. Not the exact result that we were hoping for. We're hoping to get a point out of this. If we get
Oh boy.
if we get 3 points out of this, John, we can get this goal. It's a
handball.
That's a handball. What's Lozano upset about?
That was kind of dumb.
Hamstring might still be sore. Noah Sen over the ball, switching the field. Nobody making that run. Aiden O'Driscoll pushed off of it. As I was saying, John, if results hold in Rochester, and we were able to squeeze 3 points out of this, that's Minneapolis City at the top of the table. I think you'd look to your veteran players to step up the intensity. You look for Eli Goldman and Noah Sen to show us something.
Provide that youthful exuberance.
Yeah, spark plug.
And here it is right here.
Eli Goldman did score that luscious goal against Des Moines Wanderers in his city debut. Nice one-touch, low drive into the right side of the net.
It's got to be pressure by City.
Little kid tracking back, engine always on.
See?
E-Man loses it.
Listening at home, kids, watching at home, whatever you're doing, if you're paying attention to anything I'm saying, that pressure as a collective unit causes problems all the time.
Noah Sen got beat, tracking back as hard as he can. Uh-oh. Jonah did not get the ball he needed. Great save by Matt Elder.
No, I think that wasn't a save. It was
I think it was
blown opportunity.
over his hands. Looked like I thought he got a couple hands on it, but Tallery could not put it on frame. Oof. I'll tell you what. That's the thing that it's a chance that Twinstars needed, right? Not necessarily even a misplayed ball, just a bad bounce off the foot of Jonah Garcia. Ball goes backwards into the path of Tallery. Can't do anything with it. City got lucky there. Whitney getting bodied by our old friend Emmanuel Brown. Seems that this time the goal is going to come for Minneapolis City. It's got to come off those wings.
Yep.
Whitney has been neutralized.
Well, he's just been by himself. Another bad pass by Aaron Olson, but Eli Goldman doing a great job keeping that.
Good work, Noah Sen, using his awareness.
Whitney can get on the end of this one. All right. A direct ball pays off sometimes, Nate. You know,
Even if it doesn't find someone at the end of it, it's going to find a clearance occasionally. Aiden O'Driscoll making a run. Wonderful. Oh, and there it is.
Oh, Eli Goldman.
Aiden O'Driscoll making an amazing run, finding Eli Goldman after a couple of shots, rebounds. Again, another one-timer from Eli Goldman. Right place, right time.
Right, absolutely.
Putting the ball into the right side of the net. City is up 1-0 here in the 80th minute.
The thing that really made that play happen was the individual play by Aiden O'Driscoll. The composure to not rip a shot off when he had an angle, but to cut it back and play it to Eli Goldman. And, you know, the kid scores goals.
Yeah, the kid scores goals. Eli Goldman scoring the first Minneapolis City goal on the night in his first NPSL appearance. Welcome to the league, Eli Goldman. Welcome to Minneapolis City.
Now it's how do we weather the storm?
That's right. Zahir Al-Abbasi winning the ball from Lozano.
That's not how you weather the storm.
Lozano doing his customary complaining on the turf.
Good work by Aiden O'Driscoll. So if Twinstars are making another sub, they may now be out of subs. 10 minutes to go. The way that things currently stand, Nate, City could be back on top of the table with 3 to play.
This is exactly the dream scenario that we were hoping for over the course of the week. We'll have to keep our eye on that Duluth Med City scoreline. Duluth is known for late goals.
Yeah, absolutely, late own goals.
At the same time, City is known for a late goal giveaway.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
it's like a Magna in for, I don't know if it was Tallery?
Oh, out on City.
It was a forward.
Yep.
The Garga? No.
Substitution for
Tallery definitely off the field.
Twinstars FC, number 8.
Now here's where you just gotta keep the ball.
Oh, Zahir, excellent. There's Will Kidd moving forward, getting dangerous. That is great vision from Zahir Al-Abbasi. Great step.
Just keep the ball.
Nothing wrong with that. 82nd minute. Will Kidd can't find anything.
It's $1.
But there's Noah Sen. That's exactly what we need. There's that press you're talking about. Take the time they give you. Oh,
not time.
almost getting,
It's not cute time.
trying to get a little tricky there. Jonah Garcia calm on the ball. Aiden O'Driscoll might be able to get himself in a good position here. That is,
The press has to be there.
you know, we'll call that 82 minutes of hard running from Will Kidd. He would have been there about 20 minutes ago.
Darbaki just shows how good he is at soccer right there.
Silky.
Yeah, absolutely. Dump it. It's fine. Cause him to make a bad pass.
Oh, Noah Sen seems to have gotten on the wrong end of a shoulder, but he's all right.
Two young guys just giving Darbaki the business there.
I'm going to say ever since, the first 10, 15 minutes when Darbaki gave Aiden O'Driscoll the business, Aiden is not afraid to challenge Kareem. That's 2 slide tackles that he's successfully made against Kareem Darbaki. We've got Lozano down on the far side.
Smart.
Whew.
Smart.
Central. Nobody on the end of it except for Mark Haight. Twinstars corner. They don't take a lot of time to set up there, John.
No, they do not. Good play by Noah Sen.
Magna could not gather it. And there's Whitney trying to play forward to Aaron Olson. getting a little funky, and he beats his man.
Got to do better there.
Question is, who's going to cover for AO at center back at this point?
Stigward.
Now that he's so far upfield. Noah said, ooh. Wrong.
Noah gets stuck in there.
Stepped on the wrong side of the ball, but he's able to maintain possession. Will Kidd's got time, got space. 84 minutes. Minneapolis City is not giving up the forward ball movement.
Twinstars just look defeated. Look at no one's getting forward.
Garga. Lozano trying to sneak up on this left side, on this near side. Mark Haight easy to make that step.
We have news now. It's 2-0 Med City.
If results hold, Minneapolis City top of the table. With only a few weeks to go. It's going to lead up to an interesting match in Duluth in July. 4th of July weekend, Minneapolis City visits Duluth FC. The following Friday, Med City will be here at Edor Nelson Field to close the season out. Two very intense weeks of soccer coming up in the NPSL North. I'll tell you what, John. It's a good time to be a podcaster covering the NPSL North, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is. The thankless job.
It is a thankless job. Relegated to our basements while our families sleep.
Dogs barking.
Lozano again on the ball quite a bit for this Twinstars team. I don't remember him from our game in Maple Grove.
Perhaps a late season ad.
Potentially. Those are allowed, as we know. Will Kidd probably should not be making a backwards pass in that situation, but I'm not a soccer player. Matt Elder able to keep it in.
That's fine.
Keep possession.
So 5 minutes to go, Nate. Are they calling that a corner kick?
Questionable.
You'd like to see maybe Whitney Brown diving back in to help out here.
Yeah, he seems pretty gassed. If I were Twinstars, I would not be too worried about him making a run on the counter. But not the Twinstars either. Miles Norville still up, getting a chat from Coach Pribble. Might be the time for the big man.
No idea what's happening right now.
Looks like there's someone down in the far corner. Twinstars player down.
Trying to get those minutes back.
Hard to see the number. He's off the field, and they might be taking this corner without him. Here comes the sub. Substitution for Twinstars. Looks like the corner comes in. Short play. Easy clearance.
There's no need for Will Kidd to track there. No need for anyone to track. Just stand him up. Handball.
That's the end of the night for Lozano. Lozano. There's AO. Why not? See what you got. Whitney Brown making that run. He's onside. Flag is down.
Kill some time.
Just find the corner. Oh well. 7 Twinstars players nearby. No help. Oh. What's the call here? Foul off the ball, it seems.
I have to think that this is a Norville for Whitney Brown.
That feels right. You can move AO out. You can move Zahir up. Now you've got some big bodies in the back line. We'll see if that's what plays out. There's number 12 at 2, occupying that spot, formerly occupied by number 13, Lozano. Seems to be off with an injury. Here comes Whitney Brown.
Yep.
off the field, replaced by Miles Norville, number 5. This is Miles' first appearance for Minneapolis City
Almost
on
like
the NPSL North season.
It's like I radioed that one in, huh?
In the 89th minute.
I've lost all track of who subbed who for them. So
We got it. We're good. We're all in.
Are they playing a man down
2-1. It seems as Duluth has scored.
in the dying minutes of the game?
Still, if results maintain, it's good for Minneapolis City. But we do know that Duluth frequently comes back with a late equalizer or a late winner. Hayden O'Driscoll maintaining
It's good work. Just
Is,
stand him up, make him go backwards.
his excellent play on Kareem Darbaki tonight.
There's no need to chase.
Not intimidated.
Plug up the lanes.
So Noah Sen doing a great job staying central, if you will.
Twinstars bench.
Excellent
Go ahead.
clearance. Seems as if the scoring does not stop in Rochester. We're getting a 3-1 goal announcement. Hard to tell down there who's scoring because they both have blue or green jerseys.
I got an idea. Let's have a home jersey. Make it blue.
Let's make it blue. What happens if someone wears their home jersey that's blue? Well, we'll wear a blue one.
I got a better idea. Let's have our away jersey blue too. Good defense.
Excellent. Good positioning by Miles. First touch in the season.
Nice clearance.
Good clearance well to the corner.
Like Eli's running up top so low.
Shram Miller's
Maybe
going to.
not. Maybe we're just conceding. It's like
Backing up.
4 minutes of added time.
That's a good amount of added time considering Twin Stars players have spent a lot of time on the turf. Long cross switching the field. Hatu is able to control, but it's cleared. Eli Goldman on the ball. City settles.
That'll do.
This is what you're talking about, John.
Yeah, the wherewithal to kill out a game. It's so big in soccer. I mean, we look at the Duluth game, for instance. It was a 1-1 tie.
Couldn't kill it.
Couldn't kill it.
Zahir keeps it in. He's down the right side.
Sit on it.
Plenty of time. Aiden O'Driscoll with
Or
plenty of
just play
space. Rip it, man.
No, just keep it.
Siegwart back to Sen.
There we go.
Over to the open side. Mark Haight.
Like we
City fans excited for a victory here at home. Eli Goldman bodied off the ball. He's got to keep that pressure on.
What I was getting at, the Duluth game, it's 1-1. It's 1-0. Goes 1-1. And then all of a sudden, you're shut off for the last 10 minutes of the game.
Tell you what, discipline is the name of the game from this Minneapolis City team over the last 3 minutes. A lot of space being offered to them. They have had the ability to move forward. Shot lanes were open, but they're keeping possession instead. Good example being Will Kidd just kind of dinking it back to the midfield to hold possession there. Something that's good to see.
Clearance by Alavasi. Good
Kidd
job by
looking
Will
to
Kidd.
dispossess Sinna. Looks left to right. Whoop. Need to clear that. Excellent.
Clearance by Noah Sen.
Noah Sen, Johnny on the spot.
So far, I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised with Noah coming in a game like this for his first full NPSL game. Same with Eli. Those guys coming in and really contributing. Obviously, Eli scored the goal, but Noah has done a ton of tracking back and stifling out a guy like Darbaki.
I'll tell you what, John, right there, that was about the second or third time in the last 20 minutes Zahir Alabasi is just waiting. He lies in wait for these long balls. Strikes on him almost like a shark. right? He's able to make those runs, disrupt that play. This time he did not quite keep possession. Low shot, blocked, cleared. We're in the last minute. If all things go as planned with the 4 minutes of extra time.
I don't know what they're complaining about, to be quite honest. Like, I get it, but
I think that could be written on Twinstars' tombstone, John. I don't know what they're complaining about.
so Matt Elder kicked this one into the West Tonka area.
Please.
That's the way we're facing here.
Please. Matt Elder goes 12-2, looking downfield. Miles sticks out a Scooby-Doo-like leg,
Smart.
and the
There
ref
it is.
blows the full-time whistle.
And that's the game.
Victory for Minneapolis City, 1-0.
Table-topping victory, Nate.
Yep.
Feels good to be back there.
Maple Fury Twinstars, 0. Game-winning goal by Eli Goldman. Recent NPSL call-up. Great to have him on the team.
Word is that we're gonna make a call down in a little bit to talk to Eli, but as it sits right now, Minneapolis City back on top of the table, and it feels good. I thought that it was a good opportunity for City to show that despite the injuries, despite shifting pieces, the depth again, Nate.
Not only the depth, but stick to the system, right, John? Like no major changes had to be made formation-wise. We're still able to go 4-man backline. Our typical deep midfielder defending in Charlie Adams and a 2 midfield roaming role there.
But outside, we were kind of talking about briefly before the end there that the U23, both U23 players that were in this match, Noah Sen, thought he came in fearless against arguably the best player the Twin Stars has to offer in
Yeah,
Darbaki.
impressive.
And Eli Goldman doing what he does, finishes goals and balls in front of the goal. So awesome to see those guys succeed today.
Absolutely. So as we mentioned, if results hold in Rochester, Minneapolis City sits atop of the table with 22 points, and that would mean that Med City leaps to 21 points. Duluth FC sitting in 3rd place at 20 points. As you mentioned, good to be back. Good to be back, baby.
We're going to take a brief break here, and then we're going to get on the Palmer's Bar last call with Eli Goldman, goal scorer for tonight.